What's going on, everybody? This is RJ on prophecy. I had to make a part 2 of false prophets shall rise because so many believers are believing in the deceitfulness of Satan's lies. Now, there was a so-called prophecy going around about Barack Obama getting assassinated in Kenya. And scriptures from the Old and New Testament were added to convince believers that this was going to happen. But you know what? It didn't happen. Okay. A few of the scriptures that were mentioned was about the head wound that the Antichrist will receive. And that's in Revelation chapter 13, verses 3 and 12. You know, it really irritates me how people try to fast forward Bible prophecy. You know, like they try to skip certain events and then they want to say, oh, this prophecy is about to come to pass. And, you know, we got to go by, you know, what the Word of God says, and we can't leave anything out of it, you know. So, you know, something like this just really bothers me. You know, I'm like, well, what about the 7 seals? Have they been opened? Have the 7 trumpets been blown? Have the 2 witnesses been revealed and had their ministry and died and was resurrected and was raptured into heaven? You know, has there been war in heaven? You know, God's angels versus Satan's angels. You know, I mean, because you can't leave out those events. You know, those events haven't happened yet. So I just already knew when I first heard about this prophecy, I just knew it was a lie, that it wasn't going to happen. You know, so people, you know, they come up with these wacky dreams and visions, and they really try to be as convincing as possible, especially when they add scriptures. Now, in 1 John 4:1, it says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets are going out into the world." The believers really need to use discernment instead of being so quick to believe someone's dream or vision. Jesus said in Matthew 7:15, "Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves." Jesus also said in Matthew 24:11, "And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many." You know, that's a prophecy that I do not want to partake in, being a false prophet. Now, I've been called a prophet several times, and you know, I'm sensitive about that because of this particular prophecy of false prophets. You know, I mean, I don't want to go around and say, oh, I'm a prophet and this is going to happen, that's going to happen. You know, I don't do that. You know, but God shows me dreams and visions, and I've shared some of them, and there's other like dreams and visions that I haven't made a video about. So, you know, because I'm not trying to, you know, proclaim myself to be a prophet. So talk to the Lord about it in prayer, about those who are going around proclaiming to be a prophet or a prophetess, because Satan has many deceived individuals spreading false prophecies.